Colorado's Secretary of State, Jenna Griswold, who is joining us by phone. Secretary, you've been obviously in the spotlight dealing with this, but you've made it very clear from the get-go of this case that your office isn't going either way, right? It's not leaning one way or another. You're straight down the middle because that's exactly what your job requires you to do, right?
That's right. First off, thanks for having me on. This is a big historic decision. And I thought it was really important for a court to weigh in and to determine whether Trump indeed had disqualified himself. Look, I believe he incited the insurrection. There were big questions around Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, and the Colorado Supreme Court has weighed in a very loud way, making themselves clear.
Were you surprised in any way by the result that's come out right now? This is, again, breaking news that Donald Trump has been disqualified from being included on the ballot in the state of Colorado, considering what a lot of legal experts are saying that the district judge got so horribly wrong in terms of how she looked at Section 3 of the 14th Amendment.
Well, I can say that this is an unprecedented situation. There are not a lot of cases on this issue, especially with candidates running for president, because, frankly, we've never had a president try to steal the presidency and engage in insurrection ever before. So Trump's actions are unprecedented. The Colorado Supreme Court confirmed that the district court got it right, that he did engage in insurrection. But how the Supreme Court differed from the district court is that they said that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment does indeed apply to the presidency. And honestly, I think Section 3 of the 14th Amendment has to apply to the presidency, because if not, it's a get-out-of-jail-free card. And in a country of laws where no man is above another, we can't have one office be able to do whatever they want when it comes to rebellion and then be able to be seated in office again.
So considering that, Secretary Griswold, why go to court in the first place then? Why seek any type of judicial intervention or any type of declaration from the court in terms of his eligibility, he being Donald Trump's eligibility to be on the ballot, if it's so clear on the face of the text of the Constitution that he should not be able to hold office? Why actually go to court in the first place?
From my perspective, it's clear that he incited the insurrection. It's also my belief that the Constitution needs to apply equally to every person, whether they're president or not. But there were some big questions around how the application of the Constitution would apply to this scenario. And either way, it was going to be litigated. It is going to be litigated. And I think it's appropriate that a court determines, number one, is Trump's incitement of the insurrection, does it fit within the words of the Constitution of having to engage in insurrection? And number two, some of the big questions around Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. This case may not be over. I think there's a really high likelihood that this will get appealed even further to the United States Supreme Court. And I, of course, will follow whatever court decision is in place by the time we certify the ballot.